The plague doctor's costume was the clothing worn by a plague doctor to protect him from airborne diseases. The costume originated in the 17th century, consisted of an ankle-length overcoat and a bird-like beak mask often filled with sweet or strong-smelling substances, along with gloves, boots, a brim hat, and an outer overclothing garment. Description: the mask had glass openings for the eyes and a curved beak shaped like that of a bird. Straps held the beak in front of the doctor's nose. The mask had two small nose holes and was a type of respirator which contained aromatic items. The beak could hold dried flowers, herbs, spices, camphor, or a vinegar sponge. The purpose of the mask was to keep away bad smells, which were thought to be the principal cause of the disease in the miasma theory of infection, before it was disproved by germ theory. Doctors believed the herbs would counter the evil smells of the plague and prevent them from becoming infected. The beak doctor costume worn by plague doctors had a wide-brimmed leather hat to indicate their profession. They used wooden canes to point out areas needing attention and to examine patients without touching them. The canes were also used to keep people away, to remove clothing from plague victims without having to touch them, and to take a patient's pulse. History: medical historians have attributed the invention of the beak doctor costume to Charles de Lorme, who adopted in 1619 the idea of a full head-to-toe protective garment, modeled after a soldier's armor. This consisted of a bird-like mask and a long leather or waxed canvas gown which was from the neck to the ankle. The overclothing garment, as well as leggings, gloves, boots, and a hat, were made of waxed leather. The garment was impregnated with similar fragrant items as the beak mask. The costume may have older roots, as some authors have described 14th-century plague doctors as wearing bird-like masks. This popular 17th-century poem describes the plague doctor's costume. As may be seen on picture here, in Rome the doctors do appear, when to their patients they are called, in places by the plague appalled. The hats and cloaks, of fashion new, are made of oilcloth, dark of hue, their caps with glasses are designed, their bills with antidotes all lined, that foulsome air may do no harm, nor cause the doctor-man alarm, the staff in hand must serve to show, their noble trade where'er they go. The Genovese physician Jean-Jacques Manget, in his 1721 work Treatise on the Plague written just after the Great Plague of Marseille, describes the costume worn by plague doctors at Nijmegen in 1636 to 1637. The costume forms the frontispiece of Manget's 1721 work. The plague doctors of Nijmegen also wore beaked masks. Their robes, leggings, hats, and gloves were made of Morocco leather. This costume was also worn by plague doctors during the plague of 1656, which killed 145,000 people in Rome and 300,000 in Naples. The costume terrified people because it was a sign of imminent death. Plague doctors wore these protective costumes in accordance with their agreements when they attended their plague patients. Culture: the costume is also associated with a commedia dell'arte character called Il Medico della Peste, who wears a distinctive plague doctor's mask. The Venetian mask was normally white, consisting of a hollow beak and round eye holes covered with clear glass, and is one of the distinctive masks worn during the Carnival of Venice. References == Footnotes == Works cited ==